Wisconsin!
I heard you on Perez's fucking podcast too. That was a good one.
The last one?
Yeah. Yeah, that shit trip.
With the 2 DUIs?
Yeah, bro. Like, I didn't even know. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it was back when I was fucking, like I said, I'm not, like, it was dumb. It was dumb to do that. You know? Yeah, you do stupid shit, bro. Well, I mean, back then you did more stupid shit than now.
Now it's like every time you want to do something stupid, you have this regard in your head that, like, I think somebody's watching me. And they are.
And they are.
Yeah, they are. Somebody's out there fucking, you think that they're not watching you, but they have, like, what the fuck was this camera out in the street?
There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, that's the trippy part, man. You know what's crazy? A homeless person will let you know where all the cameras are at.
Really?
Yeah, I've had by this little like fake weed shop. Well, not fake weed shop, but it's like a you gotta know somebody like old school type shit. What is it? I went over there and like one of the dudes that kicks it there, he's a homeless dude. He knows. He was like, man, and one day I guess he was on a good one. He was like, there's cameras everywhere. And I was just like, what? He's like, there's cameras everywhere. He's like, I know where they're at. And I thought he was fucking tweaking, right? Like he's like, and I was like, oh yeah, where? I started fucking with him. I was like, where? He pointed him out, bro, in the most weirdest places, like shit that like
you would never expect.
No, like regular light posts look like regular light posts have some of them have cameras that you don't even know. It looks like a regular light. They don't always give it away.
Yeah, it's a different type of policing.
Had to give that motherfucker $1 after that. I was like,
nice.
All right, we're back, and it's the fucking weekend over here, but the weekend for me is a Monday, and I am solo. Sidekick Eddie is barbecuing at a kid's birthday.
Nice.
Cairo is who's my other co-host, is in Las Vegas doing some kind of DJ Ratchet shit. But I'm here holding it down, and I'm like, yeah, motherfuckers missed out on a guest. But I've been looking forward to this, man. You're no stranger to my podcast, and you're living an interesting life. Like every time I hear you talk about a certain decade of your life, I'm like, damn, fool, like you made every one of those 10 years count. You know what I mean?
So
like
funny, yeah.
Your fucking 20s, you're like, this is what I did, my 30s, and you still got it going. In case you don't know, I got special guest Martin Moreno in the house. Welcome back, bro. Appreciate you coming, man.
Izon, thank you for having me back, and thank you for the invite. It's always fucking good to just hang out with you, period, and catch up. It's funny because it seems like every time we're catching up, we got a microphone in front of our mug, you know, especially during these times. It's not like we can just go hang out like before.
Yeah, now
just do some shit.
Now you feel like you're sneaking out. Like, you know, when you were a kid and you had to sneak out and you couldn't go.
Yeah.
And like this is how you feel when you're like, I'm gonna go gather. Like I've lied to certain people and been like, no, I'm gonna go to the park. And
you get shamed. You get shamed if you're like in with like 3-4 people. You know, I think they just had a party out.
If they're masked up or not though, like what do you think?
Even if they're, I think, fuck, bro, I don't know. You know, I think people are just. Now people are making it like a joke almost. Like if there's like a bunch of people, they're like, hey, it's a peaceful protest. Leave us alone. Because, you know, if it's a peaceful protest, you can't say shit.
That's how some fools are doing comedy out there. Like
peaceful protest?
Shout out Xavier, Sam Tripoli. Like, yeah, fucking don't. Yeah, they go out there and do comedy in San Diego like that. They do it out. It's like spoken word, but in the sidewalk.
In the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't performed since... Fuck, I want to say it was early March, homie. It was early March or late February. I was at the Ice House, and it was a Spanish show.
I think the last time I did it was late March, but those were open mics. And then the last time I hung out with you and do comedy was late February when we had that thing in the Love Song Bar.
Oh, you know what? It was March. It was March because it was right before the lockdown. The lockdown happened, what, the 11th or some shit like that?
So,
right
yeah.
after the 11th?
Yeah.
But this is the longest time I've gone. And I see people that go out there, you know. There's like, I know Texas opened up a while ago, and people were out there doing shows. And I know that some comics ended up catching the virus, you know.
That's gotta be fucked up right there, man.
What's that? Being out there?
Like it's like when everybody tells you and then you catch it, like that's just fuck.
Like, yeah, because that's the thing. You're saying, I'm gonna go, I'm still gonna do this, even though everybody's suggesting against it. Because, you know, E-Zone, there's so much information out there that you don't know what's real and what's fake, and it's better to be safe, I feel, you know? I'm not going to take any fucking chances. I'm definitely, and I've said this on the Yo podcast.
What did your son say? He's like, you're at risk, dude.
Yeah, he told me on my wrist. But not only that, I'm not going to be the asshole fighting because I don't want to wear a mask or some shit like that.
Yeah, like when I've seen people go out of their way to tell somebody, like I go hiking every day at Griffith Park with my dog and Bray. we go there every day. And I noticed I would love going at 12 and 1 o'clock before. Started seeing way more people because, like, as Joey said, fucking everybody wants to be Rocky Balboa these days. Because I was going before all this shit. Like, I was going, there wasn't that many people at the park.
Right.
But now that I'm seeing the abundance, I had to switch up my whole schedule. So my sleep schedule is I wake up earlier. I'm up at 6:30 because the earlier you get to shit before people touch it with, you get to get it out. And even then, I still see people that walk around that feel with no worry or regard about wearing a mask or not. And whether it works or not, it's the fucking law, homie.
It is
you know
the
what I
law,
mean?
yeah.
Don't, buy a treadmill if you don't want to wear a mask.
So now they're saying that if you're jogging, you don't have to wear it. If you're running or exercising, you don't have to wear it. I don't know how true that is. Now
I gotta verify these facts, bro.
I know.
You're notoriously known. He's like, dude, my dad makes up stuff. I remember these Hooter facts, bro. Whenever I hear your podcast.
Dude, that is so fucking funny because I do. Listen, I don't know how true. Let me just throw that disclaimer out there. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that if you're exercising is the exception for wearing the mask. Because you're running, you got to be breathing.
I wonder there had to be some reason to make these people feel so comfortable without wearing it while we're out there. But at the volume people are going, Martin, like there's some days that there's not enough space. Like you'll run into I did not know Asian fools loved hiking that much. Like I mean, Asian people love hiking.
Everybody loves hiking.
Nah, bro. Like Asian people love hiking, bro. Like I'm there every day, right? And at 6 a.m., bro, like, it's like, you know how, like, they have those gambling buses that drops them off at Pachangas? Like, they have one of those or something, like, sometimes. And it's just and it's a bunch of, like, older Asian fools, and they have these, like, 2 sticks, like, they're going skiing, but it's nothing but dirt.
Walking sticks.
Yeah, walking stick. It's, like, and it's not even, like, young, like, Asian dudes. It's, like, it's the older crowd, like, the fools that go to casinos.
All right, here's the thing. There's probably a motherfucker on the beach in the sand, your age, and he sees my ass out there hovering around with my white beard, talking about this.
Because that's your thing, right? You go to the beach.
Mexicans love to run on the sand. I see these old fucks with these white beards out there trudging along. Because you know what? And it's so when I see an older dude out there doing the thing, you know, because that's the thing about older dudes. We keep moving.
But you don't go with a retirement home volume, like, because like there's enough of them that like when I run in the morning, they walk in like rows of 4, but the shit is straight. You know what I mean? Like, so they take it's like a Navy ship sweep.
They take up the
whole thing. I'm like, look,
thing.
bro, there's 2 lanes. There's up and down. Like, especially you got to keep your distance. But hey, shout out to them to keep doing it at that age, because like it's mostly all. Am I lying, Ray? Mostly older Asians, and they're up there like with their hands behind their back, just like slowly walking and shit.
Homie.
Yeah, they look happy, bro. Like happy older fools.
That's the I'm an older fool now, and so I guess I'm taking.
You got a great quality of life though, bro. You're still living it up.
But let me defend the older fools a little bit here, because here's the thing: the older fools that have the best quality of life are the fools that stay in motion.
Yeah,
they keep moving. G. Riley's a little older than me, and I'm 52. And he always says, as long as you keep moving, you're going to be all right. And the other day, I was watching this thing on, I was on YouTube, and then it suggests different
like a YouTube
videos.
Wormhole you went down?
Yeah, well, it just suggests like different videos. And before I knew it, I find myself watching these dudes who have lived, it's a population who lives, per capita, they have more people living to 100 than anywhere else. So, like, people are having, like, long-ass fucking lives.
Is this overseas somewhere?
I think it's somewhere in Italy.
Not after COVID, bro.
I think, no shit. Yeah. So these fools, a lot of them, they all have one thing in common, and that's that they all walk. They walk everywhere, right?
Yeah. Hey, you got the lighter, right?
They fucking walk everywhere, right?
I think it's a European.
It's a European thing. They like to walk. But the fucking crazy part about it, bro, is that they eat pasta, they drink wine, they don't have a lot of protein. Like, we've been told high protein, low carb. They don't eat a lot of meat. They have like pastas, fruits, vegetables, and shit. But they do pasta, and they do pasta almost every fucking day. There's this dude, 100 years, 98, I think it was 98. This motherfucker goes on 3 walks a day, right? And
like fully active? He don't got no arthritis shit?
Yeah, well, he's stiff, but he's still doing it 3 times a day. And you know where he walks to?
Where?
The fucking bar. and he has a glass of wine, and then he walks back.
Hey, would
And
you still be doing it at that age if you could? Like, you know what I mean?
fuck yeah. The only reason I'm not doing it right now is because I'm scared to die. Like, dude, there's no, like, if I wasn't afraid to die, I'd be doing bumps. I'd be fucking drinking every night. I'd be fucking, you know, just doing all kinds of shit. But I'm afraid I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack.
The price
now.
we pay.
You know?
Like, I've like, there's certain things, like, it was so easy to get into not a destructive manner, but the I don't give a fuck mode the first month the quarantine hit. So I was drinking every day, bro. Like I would just show up and we'd have meetings on Zoom and like it'd be fucking 11 a.m. I'd be like, fucking quarantine, bro. Like just living it up, drinking. And then
how long did it take you to just say fuck? That's a lot.
After the third week, the end of the third week, where I'm just like, hey, dude, like you're not supposed to see your drug dealer this many times a month. Wow. You know what I mean? Like this, like you're just, you might think this shit's gonna be over, but like, if it's not, this is a lot of reparation you're gonna have to do. And sure enough, man, I have to really consider the things where I'm like, okay, cool. Like these decisions, you have to stop cutting certain things out.
How many days a week were you partying?
Fool, like as soon as Thursday hit, I was drinking every day, but as soon as Thursday hit, it was like, hey, man, I was like doing Comedy Store shit without at the Comedy Store. You know what I mean? I'm just like, hey, like we're
That's
just
funny. I was doing Comedy Store shit.
Yeah, without the Comedy Store, bro.
I looked up one day and I saw a bunch of bottles, and not including the beer.
Yeah, the trash can fucks you up, huh?
But I just had like there's like it's hard liquor, so it's like a little bit left.
That's what you were drinking?
Yeah, well, I was drinking like whiskey and shit
Yeah.
like that. And so then I looked and I'm like, wait a minute, where did that shit go? You know, I don't even fuck with tequila, but I was fucking with margaritas.
We've been drinking margaritas here a lot. B-Real got us all into it, bro. He makes these Cadillac margaritas here. And it's like tradition to him now, bro. Like
does he get down like as a mixologist?
Fool, he gets down like on some real shit. Like at first, I was giving, you got to come down here on a Friday, bro. He would be more pumped at the fact that like somebody's here that would enjoy a well-made drink.
Okay, here's the thing. That's so funny, bro.
Give us the recipe to clear ice, bro.
Okay, that's funny,
bro.
That's the thing. I'm sitting here the other day. I told Hooter, I said, you know what? All this lockdown, I'm going to be productive. And I made a list of shit that I was going to do, right? And then I said, all right, fuck it, I'm going to take some cooking classes on YouTube. And I've already
Chef
made
Martin.
I made arroz con pollo. I made fucking...
Like Cuban style and shit?
Yeah,
damn.
dog.
What else you make, dog? Banana bread? Mm-hmm. What? He's notorious for his banana bread.
Okay, chicharrón prensado.
What is that?
With salsa roja and some ribeye chicharrones.
What?
In duck fat.
No way. Ribeye chicharrones?
In duck fat with chicken chicharrones in duck fat on top of a guacamole. And then you mix it all. You got the guacamole, the chicharrón prensado with the salsa roja, and then you got the fucking...
Where'd you get these recipes from, bro? Like, I want to know this, because that's some complex shit. Ribeye chorizo, like, where do you find that?
The ribeye chorizo.
Oh,
ribeye chicharrón.
Ribeye chicharrón, like...
You get a ribeye and you make chicharrón out of it.
I really want to know where to get it. It's a venadita? Is that where you went?
No, I got a ribeye steak, and then I just fucking cut it up and fried it in duck fat.
Okay, damn.
I made my own chicharrón out of the ribeye.
I've never done that.
No, most people don't because they think I'm going to fuck up a ribeye. That's a great piece of meat.
It is, but like, I mean, even if you fuck up a ribeye...
But that's what I'm saying.
Eating
like,
it's still
good.
But
they're thinking to themselves, like, I'm not going to fry it. What a waste.
I never thought about frying a ribeye. How was it, fool?
Amazing.
Yeah?
And then I made some frijoles.
Damn. This is all on one plate, right?
Yeah. So I was making tacos. So the tacos had a layer of beans, layer of chicharrón prensado, guacamole, then the hard one on the
Hey, did
top.
Hooter try some of this shit?
Nah.
You should have fucking gave him and be like, shut up, dog. Don't ever fucking tell me if I can't cook anymore,
Yeah,
dog.
but I've been experimenting.
That's some
before.
rare shit. Have you ever heard of that, Ray? Like, oh man, we got, because he gets on you when you start talking about
there's
these
a Mexican dude in this cooking channel in Spanish called La Capital, and this dude did it. And this dude does a lot of shit, and you're like, oh shit, because then I already do things my flavor, so like I just fucking take a little bit from what that fool's doing. So I've been influenced by that fool. Like if I say who influences my cooking is a dude named Otoniel, who's a
What
chef.
channel is this, dog?
Well, Otto's a chef in Chicago at Estrella Negra.
Isn't that a restaurant you've been to?
Mm-hmm. But this fool makes like vegetarian pozole.
Oh damn, that
Fucking
Felipe shit, huh?
yeah, he does like some, but he also does like traditional shit, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, that fool, and then this show, it's called La Capital, and it's a cooking show. That dude gets down.
And that's on what?
That's where I learned that shit. YouTube.
YouTube? Damn.
So I said I'm gonna take cooking classes and I'm gonna take fucking bartending classes. Homie, I swore.
I never gave thought on the fact that there is clear and cloudy ice till Martin was talking about. He's like, do they have clear ice there?
Nice. Clear ice.
Yeah. Is that?
Homie,
How did
homie,
you
no. Like, okay, so this is a crazy thing. Like, you just gave Be Real some props on being a mixologist, right?
Yeah.
And that fool probably just gets the fuck down. Now,
Yeah.
me, I'm over here like, I'm a mixologist. I've been taking classes on fucking YouTube. So I'm talking about I made this mango margarita, dog.
How good
No,
was
no,
it?
no, like a mango michil. I don't know what the fuck it was, like a mango rita. And then I did some fucking, I got some frozen mangoes, put in some tequila, some ice, some
This is a smoothie at this point. Like it's a smoothie with tequila, dog.
and chamoy
Like the
and
liquid kind.
tamarindo straws. Yeah, so
The
fucking.
tamarindo straws with the coating on the outside?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
it has a candy afterwards.
Yep, it has a candy afterwards that's been
Yeah.
chilling in the tequila.
Damn.
And then but then, so I'm talking about this fucking thing, and this fool sends Hooter a DM, bro. That shit fucking killed me. That motherfucker said, wait a minute. So your dad put frozen mangoes with tequila and chamoy, blended that shit together, and now he's a mixologist? That fucking Hooter was dying, bro. And I'm like, that's fucking funny, because to say it,
Yeah.
like, oh, I did something.
Yeah, I mean, but who's to say what qualifies a mixologist? Is there a certain degree? Like, if somebody told me I got my degree in bartending,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be, in my head, I mean, out of respect, I'd be like, wow, congrats. But in my head, I'd be like, dude, you really went to school for this shit? Like,
Whoa, you think it's that easy?
it's not that it's that easy, but to get a degree, Martin.
Well, not a degree. I don't know about a
Like-
degree. I'm just fucking around saying that I'm taking classes.
Yeah,
like, I'm
but that does
there's
qualify-
people that do go
Yeah.
to like a cooking school, for
Yeah.
instance, right? Like, is that the same thing as is a mixologist as specialized as a chef?
A liquid chef, I would say, because have you ever been to, or like, there's this in California Adventure, there's this restaurant, right, in this tower, and I used to go there a lot. And one day I got there at like 12, and they opened up this restaurant. You need reservations, but nobody ever takes the reservation at 12. So that's like the 1 hour out of all the days that they're open that they maybe might take a walk in. I'm just there out of like random day. I've been taking mushrooms and I was doing all this shit, and I walked in and I was just like, hey man, can I take a seat at the bar if it's open? They're like, it actually is, and it's so hard to get into this place because so I go. And the fucking bartender, this is another level bartender where I'm like, okay, if you could do this shit, yeah, this is a career at this point. He came out with looked like a magician, and it's like, what would you like? There was only 4 drinks, the cocktails. This motherfucker had a mold that was the shape of like Mickey's fucking hat. You know what I mean? And that was the ice. He made smoke rise out of this shit. A fucking ice ball that was clear was rolling on it. Then it stopped. Then more smoke came out. The shit turned blue-green. And I was like freaked out. I was like, am I drinking fucking antifreeze here? This shit was borderline kind of like, this has to give me cancer. You know what I mean? Like there's so much shit in there. But that's a magician. That was like that's technically like some kind of special kind of bartender that knows how to make these kind of drinks and tricks where they fucking do certain fucking, you know what I mean? Just fucking, I'm gonna pour it from here and then slide it over. Like that was that kind of bartender. They put out a show, dude. Like you can't tip less than $15 to that fool. You know what I mean?
Damn, no, there's dudes that like really get down. Like you go to some rum bars, some of these mezcal bars, and
Yeah,
things
mezcal. You fuck with mezcal like that? You ever try illegal mezcal?
No, I haven't. Like, I'm not like a big mezcal connoisseur. I've been
either.
to some mezcal bars, and I've had some like really good mezcal. Like, there's some really shitty mezcal too.
Yeah, I've had was illegal mezcal come on High and Hungry before, and we got somebody Gilbert, this guy named Gilbert who works for the company, and he's been hooking us up with it, and that's what B Real uses in the Cadillac margaritas that he as a signature, and it's such a smoky.
So it's a mezcal margarita?
It's a smoky blend to it, bro. He does the same shit you do, where you add your own little twist to it. Yeah, and it has a smoky aftertaste, but that shit tastes bomb. And the mezcal by itself, I don't normally like the taste, but like it's almost like the Mexican whiskey. You know, like a barrel aged whiskey, but it's not whiskey. You know.
Do you find it a little grainy?
What would you? No, not at all, dude. Like,
No?
it's so smooth, man. Like, it really is. Next time I see my boy, I'm gonna get an extra bottle, and you know.
Like I haven't, like you know, like they say, once you taste like a shit ton of wine, then you realize, oh shit, this is good wine and shit.
That's how I feel with beer. You know, like it's after so many times, it's like you could taste the beer and be like, oh, why did I do that?
Or there's different beers that you're like, damn, this is like, I like this specific type of beer. You know,
that's how I am with my beers. I like the hazy IPAs and the stouts.
I stopped fucking with the IPAs.
I'm thinking about making that move too. They're too high in calories, bro.
And they're just fucking A. It's so easy to just. Yeah, I did something.
It did something.
Yeah, I stopped fucking with the IPAs, but I did fuck with IPAs for a long time, and you know they're good.
Yeah, they're good, man.
They're really good. And then I started fucking with sours for a minute.
What kind of sours though? Smooth. That's the thing, bro. Like the sours category in the beer world became like the LGBT, where they have so many categories. You know what I mean? Like there's Weisener, there's smoothie, there's fucking sour fruit owls. There's so many things that I'm just like, I'm like, dude, I personally like these, which happen to be a sour Berliner Weizen style, and the smoothie kind. But the smoothie kind, it's like drinking horchata sometimes. It's too much, you know, the llena.
Yeah, it could be like, I think like if you're just tasting it,
Yeah.
it's fucking perfect. But I can't take down a whole thing of horchata beer.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, yeah.
So what came after the sours?
I went back to the motherfucking lagers.
The lagers?
Yeah.
That's where I started.
I'm a fan of the lagers.
Like
I started with pilsners. I think Budweiser's a pilsner, right?
Yeah, that
I started with the pilsner.
That and MG Grand or whatever.
What's that?
I
did Samuel Adams, but then I don't know why I stopped doing Samuel Adams.
That was
but
my
I did
favorite
stop
beer.
doing Samuel Adams. Samuel Adams was your favorite beer?
Yeah, when I first started drinking.
Wow.
That was my favorite beer.
My first favorite beer was a beer called Lowenbrow.
Lowenbrow?
Yeah. That's an old beer. There's no more Lowenbrow. Really? That's what that's... Yeah, that was a fucking...
They don't have that beer no more or what?
No, it's gone.
Did you finish your joint? Grab another one.
Orale.
Yeah, man. I was like, shit, if we have to take a roll break, we'll take one. Just let me see that lighter after you. But yeah, I've been fucking around with the stouts because ironically I thought that the stouts were the highest in calories. Nah, motherfucker. It's the fucking the hazy IPAs. So I thought it's crazy. You have to really know what works for you, man. Like, so I see myself making that switch from the hazies to more of the stouts going around.
The hazies.
I like the hazies, bro. It's something. It looks like orange juice. It goes down smooth, but I end up having like 8 of them, and then I'm like, oh great. Now I fucking am bloated, you know. But I used to drink a lot of hard liquor, bro. I used to drink a lot of Hennessy, a lot of cognac, and then I was taking down bottles. Like on a Thursday, like if the side dick Eddie was here and the whole gang was here, we would take down bottles, man, and it would end up.
That's how we started. Like, fuck, I was telling you, I was looking at these bottles, and I'm like, God damn, I got to slow the fuck down. Like, so that had to happen to you, too, where you're looking like, God damn, we're taking down a lot of shit.
Yeah, so that's why I made the switch to beer. But, like, at the same time, you got to have to be selective with that as well, man. So you learn how to fucking, you became a mixologist.
I swear I'm doing all this shit, and I'm like,
Chef
basically,
Martin.
I'm taking fucking frozen mangoes. I made the fucking Cuban arroz con pollo. I make a bomb chile verde. I think I make a bomb
desserts?
chile verde. I mean, I'll make a banana bread, but it's just...
That's as good.
I don't know if that's a dessert, you know? It's just some banana
to some
bread.
people, you put some ice cream on that motherfucker while it's kind of warm.
You know what I like with the banana bread? Coffee in the morning.
Damn. You drink espressos?
I do.
Yeah, I like espressos. I can't do the whole big cup of, like... You know what I mean? It just makes me feel like, man, I gotta bring this up, man, because what is it? I do the Dr. Green Thumb podcast, and they laugh at me for some of the fucking questions I ask, right?
Right.
But one of the questions that has even people doing artwork. Some of the shit I say, bro, some painters start making paintings, bro. Like, and there's like, as crazy as it is, like yesterday, I made a comment about, I was like, it was like, yo, I was like, if Mike Tyson fought the Ninja Turtles, you think he could fuck all 4 of them up? Some artist started drawing that out as a pay-per-view fucking picture, bro. And it's been letting me know in the progression. But it turned into a whole discussion. So I had to bring this one up because I just watched Jurassic Park this morning. Yeah, bro. If you could domesticate a dinosaur,
yes,
would you have one as a pet?
I don't know.
Like how this motherfucker's right here just kicking it.
I don't know. A dinosaur? Like how big?
like,
like a little brontosaurus or like a big
like
fucking...
Nah, see, like I wouldn't want anything bigger than elephants way too much. But like if it could be like maybe half the size of this table and you could just like leave them downstairs or in the parking lot.
Like Dino from the
Yeah,
Flintstones?
like big enough for you to be like, hey, give me a ride to the store real quick.
So a little bigger than Dino.
Yeah, but like it's still it's almost like ostrich size where you could like ride that fool for a little bit, you know? Cause that'd be pretty handy, bro. Like you could go to the liquor store with that fool. You know what I mean? You could have dinosaur shows, like lowrider shows.
I think at some point they'll be able to make dinosaurs.
Yeah?
Hell yeah.
But would you have one though if it could be domesticated?
Well, I think if it was made, it'd be already domesticated. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
right?
be like a raw dinosaur.
So it wouldn't be a fucking
you
bad
could
idea.
You could create a dinosaur.
But it wouldn't be a bad idea if it's domesticated, right?
Well, if it's not even if, well, you're not domesticating, like, okay, say you make a dinosaur.
Yeah.
You don't have to domesticate it. It's already, you're making it to just be a fucking
I don't know,
little house dinosaur.
That's what they thought at Jurassic Park, though. Before them shits fucking turned on them. But I don't know. I feel you leaning towards the yes, that you would.
No, I think that, like I said, if you make, like, almost like a Westworld,
Yeah.
where you made the dinosaurs to just fucking be pet dinosaurs.
Yeah, like you bred them to.
They were like just you create them. It's like little android fucking dinosaurs.
You think they're gonna bring that shit like just like how they're introducing aliens to us?
Little baby dinosaurs?
Yeah, or they're gonna fucking reintroduce it? Because I'm like, hey man, we're getting ready to see some shit out there, man.
You think the aliens are coming?
Hell yeah, they're verifying all these videos, man. Like it's only a matter of time before like one of these motherfuckers is like drunk driving in space and crashes in a city, and somebody's like, oh look at that, and then the Pentagon's like, we told you.
But you would have to go back, what, 100 and how many years?
65 million.
No. To the first contact.
Contact what, with aliens or?
Yeah, when they crashed in Roswell, supposedly.
Oh, 65, I think.
No, it was before that.
1947.
The 40s. It was the 40s.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was 1940s. I think that was the first, and before that, there had already been observations of these UFOs.
You know,
right?
when snow.
So, if in fact, like now we're saying we have this shit, has it really been around since then?
I believe so. I've looked at those files from like when the WikiLeaks did their whole thing, and they leaked a lot of those files. I downloaded them from a computer in this job I had at a car dealership. And I looked at the actual FBI files, and there was confirmation that there was a body that was not from this world. And when you look at that, even though they had blacked out pictures and stuff, you know how they put those labels on there, but they are certified files that were leaked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Like I always had a hint that it was, but like once those files leaked, and a lot of people don't like they did not make a big deal out of this after that. Like when that Snowden dude leaked everything. Like those were all files that fucking that there were government shit that was kept from people.
UFO files?
Not just UFO files, like torture files from like war files, like all this shit, like some Hillary president shit. Like this happened a few years back.
Oh, the WikiLeaks.
Yeah, WikiLeaks. That's
Yeah,
where I
yeah,
ended up
yeah.
looking at all that shit. I still have that computer, but I don't turn it on no more. Yeah, the HP one. I don't turn that shit on no more. Just have that shit just to like, you know, have it. But you look at some shit and you're like, man, they've been around for a minute. Like I also had that question. It's like if you came in contact with them, how would you feel, man? Like I'd be over here like be like I'll show him ET, be like, hey fool, you think you could do some of the shit he's doing? Like, you know, be like fix this.
I mean, you know what's funny, bro? One time I was talking about how somebody mentioned reptilians or whatever, right?
That's a scary alien. I wouldn't be cool with that,
okay,
bro.
but one time I was talking about it, and like I hadn't really heard about like reptilians and all that shit.
Yeah.
Until I went to that Reiki ranch retreat that I went to.
Yeah.
And then people just started talking. It all became like a lot of shit just started being like, oh shit, these are people I would have never met that are on a whole nother level when it comes to these aliens.
Yep.
Like they're like here.
Dedicated.
And I mean, but I'm saying they're saying the aliens are here. They've identified races. They know that they're here, and so they're talking about reptilians. And this dude's like, "Well, what the fuck's a reptilian?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I guess it's like this." And
Like you've never looked at somebody?
out of the bushes, this dude came out and he goes, "What about the reptilians?" And the dude was tatted in a way that he looked kind of like a reptile.
Yeah, he looked a little sketch.
And I'm like, and then he's like, "What about the reptilians?" And I was like, "Oh no, I was just mentioning that somebody was saying that there's blues and there's this." And he goes, "Yeah, have you heard of the jinns?" And I'm like, "What the hell's a jinns?" And
Those are the ones that look like humans, right?
the genies, I guess. And that's where the term genie comes from. And he's like, these dudes that live, he goes, you can find it in the Quran, blah, blah, blah. He goes, and they're out there taking people's spirits. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he walked away. Yeah. And then the person that was sitting next to me, he goes, was that a reptilian? And I was like, I don't know. Like, because that dude just came and started schooling us on jinns, bro. And he looked like a lizard person.
He tried to, like, blame it on some other species. It's like, yo, man, don't be bad-mouthing the reptilians, fool. let me tell you what's up with these fools.
That's so funny. Who knows if that's what he was trying to do? I don't know, bro. But, I mean, look, there's been reptiles since the Garden of Eden.
That's very true. The snake.
The snake, that's a reptile.
And that shit could talk.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what was it a crawling snake or a reptilian?
I could believe that the Bible's very metaphoric, so that nobody will ever get a proper interpretation from certain things. So I guess everybody can have their own version.
Oh, dude, if the aliens are here,
I think they are, man. There's certain species that like maybe disguise themselves amongst like humans. I think it gets down like Men in Black. You remember when like they went down to that pawn shop and they had that dude that his head blew up and he grew another one, and then that old man that opened up and he had that little alien in his head. I think that we do have that kind of technology and they are out there, especially in Vegas, bro. I've seen some weird people in Vegas that made me like I don't mean to be like an asshole, but I'm like. That person doesn't look human. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, bro. Like I was just like, what's going on here? And like it freaked me out a bit, bro. And especially Vegas, I think it's like a hot spot. And it's like, this is not because I'm out there partying. That it is a well-known fact.
That's pretty deep.
You've never like looked at somebody, bro. You're just
and
like
they're not human.
Not like they're not human, but you're just like you're like, yo, you low-key could be a reptilian real quick, you know? Like, you I feel like your eyes close sideways, you know? Or you look at somebody, you're like, hey, man, how come, like, your head proportionate is not proportionate to you? Like, bro, I saw somebody, and I remember me and my friend were out there in Vegas having breakfast, and we're just like, yo, dude, that person has a super small head. Like a shrunken head almost, and it was just like a regular proportion body, and we're just like I'm like, I didn't do acid, homie. I was like, my friend was, and I'm just like, are you seeing this right now? And like, it was just like some stuff, and then it got me thinking. And then the Vegas airport is actually notoriously known for having these unflagged planes that strictly fly workers from and to Area 51, and you can see them. They have these, they have a little red stripe at the end. And they land in the airport every time. They have no labels on the side. They have nothing. I
mean, there's plenty of documentation. Like anybody that's still saying that there's no such thing is kind of arguing like a crazy argument. There's more proof that it's happened than there isn't, right?
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. No, you're very, especially now that they're admitting it. I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before there's these videos. Somebody sees some shit on the ground. And they film it, that shit goes viral, and then the government's gonna finally be able to say, we told you already that they were real, so don't act surprised when you fucking see some shit crash.
I mean, you know what's crazy though? Everybody, like in the 70s, especially in the 70s, all the people that were UFO people that were like, hey man, there's something here, guys.
Yeah.
Look, they called them crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Fucking, they put tinfoil hats on them, bro, to make fun of them. You know?
That's bizarre, man. Now that how come they don't fucking go back and try to talk to these people since they knew so much now?
Bro, there's so many, like, I don't know. There's like, there's any channel you turn to.
Yeah, that Spanish
You're watching Unsolved Mysteries and fucking some UFO phenomenon.
Have you seen that new one?
Yeah, I think I did see that
Well,
one.
I think episode 2 was about UFOs. And then even in the Spanish channel, there's that one guy, Javier, with the white hair, who's an expert. Mm-hmm. You ever seen that dude? Like, he's a Canal 34 or 52. And, like, he's always the alien dude. He's this older dude and all this shit. He has a show on Netflix now, man.
What's that guy's name?
Javier.
Yes.
Yeah. It's Javier something, but
With
like...
the suit.
Yeah, with the suit. He kind of looks like a bootleg Jurassic Park guy.
Didn't he get kicked out of one of the Trump things?
I don't know about that one. I don't know if he was
During
there.
the 2016.
Really?
I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe I'm making that up.
It's like, we got to look at these facts, bro.
But yeah, no, that dude.
No, the Javier guy who fucking always tries to explain the aliens with the crop circles and all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, lo que pueden ver aquí es que están mandando un mensaje.
He has a lot of people watching him.
Yeah, dude.
Like, he's big.
He'll predict shit, bro. Like, he'll straight out. I remember the crop circles. That motherfucker would be like, "Este es un mensaje de prosperidad para el 2019." You know, he'll say some shit like that. He'd be like, "Puede mirar los señales acá."
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if it's the same guy that I'm thinking then.
He's so you could once you see him, you could. Yeah, Jaime Maussan, that's the guy.
No, that's not.
Well, that's the one I'm talking about. Show him a picture if you got it. Maybe he'll recognize the face because he's notoriously known for that, man.
Dude, there's so much information out there telling us about the UFOs.
You know what else got confirmed too, and it hasn't made a big deal that I saw. The CIA confirmed that psychological shit and astral projection, hypnosis are all real things, and they can be used for as warfare. This is published like last week. And I was reading up on it, and I was like, because in the 70s or 80s, they had that trial where they had they tested psychics. They had a group of psychics they studied, and they had them fucking locate certain things, or they had they tried to create the super soldier, and they had different fields of spiritual / psychological shit that they would do. You know what I mean? And they did the study, but they now confirmed it, and I'm just like, oh man, it makes everybody who really believes, like, who really looked at something that like as magic to not be real. You know what I mean? And now they're like, oh shit, the CIA is confirming shit from astral projection to hypnosis.
Astral projection, that's huge.
Yeah, you ever
like leaving your body, right? That's what you travel, right?
Like it's the experience of like when you go into like a physical sleep, but your spirit kind of awakens and you leave your body and you're just like, yo, what's up? I'm Casper now, bitch.
You're floating around.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
I've tried. It led to sleep paralysis, and I never tried it again. That shit was. You ever had sleep paralysis? That's a whole nother thing, bro. I hate that shit.
I haven't had it in a long time, but I used to get it.
Oh, bro, that was one of the big reasons.
I've had it. I shouldn't say I used to get it, but I've had it.
I can't remember the last time when I had a sleep paralysis, dog.
I can't remember the last time. No, that's funny. I mean, look, and right now, you know what's crazy, Izone? A lot of people have had nothing but time, and they've been looking shit up, and shit's been fucking flying their way. Now you fucking get a headline that says fucking they found some matter that's not from this world.
Yeah.
And then all you got to do is start Googling that, and then you go down all these UFO fucking...
This shit that's been around for years.
Forever.
Yeah, but now people are looking at it as like, did you know this? Did you know this? It's like, yeah, fool, it's been there, dog. Like, all the professionals are all like, it's been there. But the fact that they're not just giving the okay to certain things like, you know, just aliens, but they're doing the spiritual and the psychological thing, it really trips me out because for a long time, there's been a lot of stuff that people look at from a skeptical point of view, you know, like for example, like the practice of magic, you know what I mean, or the hauntings, you know what I mean, or certain shit like that, or spiritual practices. Like me, I do Santeria, you know what I mean, like Afro-centered Santeria. That's the religion I choose to follow, you know what I mean, and it's different, and it's, you know, there's certain stuff that even though there's proof out there that has worked for certain people, you know what I mean. It's now all being kind of like looked at as like, oh, hey, it's no longer crazy no more, man. Like, you ever like dabbled in the spiritual world? Or what has been
First of all, Santeria probably has been stigmatized like a lot of religions get stigmatized. Santeria, you want to talk about fucking typecasting it?
Yeah. Hollywood fucked it up. They made it something
they
evil.
made it just so fucking horrible. And then there was some crazy shit that went down in Mexico at some point. I don't know if it was in
where
the
they
80s.
were that was more of a satanic cult where they were sacrificing tourists.
Yeah, I don't really know what the fuck
I
that was.
looked into that, and it was a cannibalistic cult.
So I know it gets lumped into that, but then you start thinking, well, like, there's people like there's your Koreshas of the world, and then there's your Jim Joneses.
I mean,
of
if
the
there's
world.
a shaman and witch, there's a if there's a shaman, there's a witch.
Right.
If there's a wizard, you know what I mean? There's different other types of people that practice, and that's all categorized as magic or a form of spirit.
Brujeria.
Yeah, in the Spanish world, that's
brujeria.
yeah.
It's like you're basically fucking with witchcraft.
My family raised me Catholic, so for them to see me that I do this, and they're still Catholic. I mean, they respect it, but it's like they in the beginning they didn't know what to expect because they see all these Univision stories, and it's all like or they see the movies roles, the way the movies have a representation of this religion, and it's very demonic. Like I was watching a new movie with Shia LaBeouf. What is it? Yeah, the tax collector. Where he plays a cholo. Have you heard about that?
I haven't seen it.
It just came out, and it's and I saw it. I was like, oh man, I gotta check this out. It's based on L.A. and like a war between these two fools who tax all the LA gangs, and one of the villains in this thing, he makes it known. He's like, oh, you can't defeat me. I'm protected by the devil. And there's one fucking scene in there, bro, where he has Santeria deities in front of him, but the thing that people don't understand with the whole religion thing is that it's very much like Star Wars in a sense, bro. There's a good side, you know what I mean? There's a light and there's a dark side. You know what I mean? And it's like you can choose to do bad and you can choose to do good with it. That's really what you want to go ahead and do and what you want out of life and what you want out of it. So there was a really fucked up representation of this where there was a lot of, like, there was a chicken sacrifice being done in the spot and then a human sacrifice being done on the dude. And then, like, it's fucking crazy, right? And I was like, holy shit, this is in the movie, bro. This was
gotcha.
If this was in the this is in the movie, the tax collector. This was in a theater. Like, I'm like, if people were in theaters looking at this and they came in here to see a gangster flick and they see this in it, this is gonna fuck it up for anybody who ever has been curious because Hollywood demonizes it. But I mean, me from experience, I'm letting you know, it's not. The origins of it was not meant to do malice stuff. It's supposed to be a very healing experience for a lot of people.
I've dabbled E-Zone in almost every religion. Like I put my foot in, not dabbled. That's a horrible
I think that's
thing to
normal.
say.
No. I think that's normal.
Like
though.
I heard with the Catholics. I've been to a very charismatic Christian church. Pentecostal.
Oh, me too. That was my favorite right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was just the craziest experience, bro.
Yeah, no, dude, like that. I don't know if you ever went to a retreat.
Oh my God, I escaped like fucking Snake from Escape from LA, fucking from their retreat, bro.
What do you mean?
Bro. So I was taking this world religions class when I was earning my degree in so they one of the projects was like take a part of any religious that you're not comfortable with and go to like a ritual thing or a retreat or something. So my best friend to this day, his family is Pentecostal and all that stuff, right? And he already had gone through his reborn phase, but he didn't let it change him completely. And I at that time I was notorious. Like his whole family had known me from like the years that we were in high school. I would always go park in front of their house and smoke weed, right? So they knew me as like, oh, it's Jeffrey's friend que es marihuano, right? And that's his best friend. So one day I was like, yeah, take me to a retreat. So I go, but they take us to fucking Apple Valley, which is like in the middle of fucking nowhere, bro. Like the highlight of that fucking desert town is the McDonald's and the Walmart. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing there, and there's like nothing but dirt roads. The only cool thing about it was that fucking there was stars everywhere at night. So we go there and I'm like, all right, cool. So tomorrow everybody's going to sleep. We're tired. They try to make me They try to make us sleep in this fucking shed all together, right? And I was just like, that ain't happening, bro. I'm sleeping in my car. And they were like, they were not with that. And then after we got there, which was like already at like 1 a.m., everybody gets acquainted. And then they start fucking making us watch movies of Jesus getting his ass beat, right? And I'm just like, all right, dude. Like after the first 10 minutes, I start playing on my phone. You know, like the guy comes around and he's like, no, like, you know, like no place. I was like, what you mean no? I'm fucking play Snake on my phone, dude. And they're like, you know, they can't really tell you anything, but I was trying not to look at it because I knew what they were doing. They were trying to make you feel guilty. I was like, look, man, I didn't know Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know him. I was, you know, I wasn't there when he got his ass kicked.
The chingazos, they really emphasize.
Fool, it was like,
But
it was
the
like,
Catholic emphasizes.
it was like a snuff film, bro.
I mean, come on, bro. I mean, look, just the fact that they tell you he died for you.
Yeah, that's what the
Like,
first thing they try to
he fucking
implement.
died. Not only did he die, he got fucking killed. Not just killed, crucified,
dog.
And you're just like,
In
holy
front of
fuck.
everybody.
Yeah.
So
for you fuck.
that's after that fucking little session where they're making us watch this, and then that's over at like fucking damn near 3 a.m. We go to fucking sleep, and I'm like, man, I don't know about y'all. I'm going to sleep in my car, and I had taken my friend from college, and this is my black homie, so we're all just like. We're all just like, damn. I was like, man, I'm sorry, Devin. I didn't mean to bring you around this crazy shit. He was like, nah, man. He's like, I believe in Jesus too, but just not like this. You know what I mean? Like, like so we're just we're kicking it, and we go to sleep, and the next day, right? Like I'm like, all right, man. I gotta give this. I can't be a little chicken shit about this, bro. I was like, this is not. I'm not gonna leave like this. So I fucking, the next day we wake up, they start giving breakfast or whatever, and the first thing they start making us watch videos again. They go to a praying session, take a break, pray again, and people are going through it. And then there was this one part where this guy was walking around and putting his hand on people, like, feel the power. But like, you know, like he was just very all calm and he was praying. And there was some fools that like whenever he put his hand, like they fell back, like they got hot, they got Hadouken type shit, like like. And I didn't get scared, but I was like, I hope that's real, you know, cause like su madrazo que te tiras, you know.
I mean, you get that. It's a rush of energy when you're putting that much faith into anything. You're gonna like that's.
But let me tell you what happened. That like he's going around and he's doing it to everybody, and some people are. And my friend's sister is like a couple people away from me, and she starts crying, and I'm just like, oh my God, Daisy just started crying, and she's fucking on the floor, and it's like, you know what I mean? They're speaking in tongues and shit, and I'm just like, holy shit, what the fuck is happening? So I'm getting scared, and this guy's coming around, and he's doing this shit, Dios, this and that, and he comes to me, and I was like, all right, here we go, dude, here it is, you're about to get the Holy Spirit, and he puts his head, and it doesn't work, and I'm just like, I'm like staring at it. And he looks at himself like, you know, the fuck, this shit's not working. And he goes again, and like nothing happened. And the one thing he did, like, he didn't even say anything. He just kept going. Like, he was like, oh, well, he's damned. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's because you didn't have enough faith that day.
I tried, bro.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Like, I tried. So after that, they like after
if you just have the faith of a mustard seed, fucker, you could move mountains.
like
just this little bit.
After that, like
Jesus meets you with the rest. He's on.
They kept praying, and I noticed that I saw the schedule, and it said like, oh, like prayer for like all the way down to 8, and it was barely like 11 o'clock. So we just, we were hungry, and they were like not giving us that much food. So I just told my friend, I was like, hey, dude, let's go to Mickey D's and just bounce. Then we did.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like Jesus camp, like as a teenager going to the
hell no, dog.
Like
I would have never gone to Jesus camp.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, I went to Jesus camp.
Yeah?
I didn't know it was Jesus camp, but it was Jesus camp.
Like in Spanish or English?
No, English.
Damn. So they call you Brother Martin?
No, you know, it was just, you know, it was no. We
What
were
age?
Singing, dude, like fuck. Maybe 18, 19.
Damn, that's like pretty like, you know, like
impressionable.
At 18, 19? Like what made you go there at that age? Like
that's when I got saved. That's when like people told me, you know, like somebody witnessed to me, and there was this big like evangelism was huge in the 1980s.
So you got into it? Like
I was full blown. You know that I told you I was in like big time like. You know, I'd be witnessing to motherfuckers, telling you how you needed to accept Jesus or go to hell.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that about you, Martin.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. So you've been heavily involved in.
So I was heavily involved there. I grew up Catholic, so I was heavily involved there. Well, by force, but I was still there.
Yeah.
You know, First Communion, all that bill, and then you know. I read the Jehovah's Witnesses stuff. I read a little bit of Dianetics, you know, with L. Ron Hubbard, the whole Scientology thing,
Wow.
I went in there because I thought it was like I had just become a Christian, and then it said Christian Science. So I'm like, hey, that's the science of this shit. Let me go check it out. And there I go. So I started fucking reading all this shit, and then they're like, hey man, you know that's not Christianity. That's a cult. Blah blah blah.
Christian
yada,
Science.
yada.
You know, there's actually a branch that's by my house. It says Christian Science.
Yeah.
I've always wondered what that is.
It's Scientology.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I mean, it's. I mean,
'Cause me and him drive by that spot all the time, and I always wondered. It's a house,
Yeah.
and it says Christian Science. Remember that?
I think it's Scientology. I'm pretty sure it's Scientology.
So what happened when you started reading that?
I don't know. I read a little bit of that, and then
What did it say? Jesus
you know,
made the dinosaurs
no,
too?
this dude, no, the L. Ron Hubbard's like this whole fucking alien. He's like he wrote like a bunch of. I think he used to write comic books, and that became.
He used to be an author, a sci-fi author.
Yeah, and I think that became the foundation for the religion, if I'm not mistaken.
Have you ever been to one of them temples?
I have, and I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah, me either. That's how I got swept in there.
But I don't think I went back. And I think that's cool that the Christian church was there to save me and say, hey, fucker, stay away from them, because it's pretty fucking.
Why did it make you curious to?
No, it didn't really make me curious. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? Like you had to get rid of some theons and like fucking.
You didn't take the happiness test?
I didn't take
I took the happiness test.
I don't think I got that far with it.
I went as far. It's because that shit. The Hollywood branch moves quick, bro. Like they try to tell me that like a lot of musicians have come out through there. And would you like to take a tour? And I walked in there, and everybody looked like they had the same fucking clothes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody had a white tee. Like, they looked like ushers at a movie theater. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then they were giving us this tour, and they put us in a room. Like, first they're like, here, watch this video and fill out this form. I'm like, fake info off the top. I was like, fuck this. I was like, you're going to ask for info without giving me no snack or no food? Fuck this, bro. So I'm all like, fuck that. I fill the info out. And I'm there with two other homies because we had rented out their bubble in Hollywood, like the auditorium. They rented out for a concert. As long as they did an intermission, they fucking let us, give us a good deal. So we're taking the tour, and then they're showing us like, oh, L. Ron Hubbard this and all this shit, and that one day they believe, like they were really trying to tell you, like, yeah, one day we're gonna be going back in the spaceship and this and that. And I was like, how? It's not that it sounds crazy, not to offend anybody, but to me. At that time, I was a little bit more ignorant then. You know what I mean? I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, you guys are going to all leave in a spaceship. I was like, you sound crazier than the fools that says Jesus is going to bring Godzilla out the ocean.
Now, is there really a spaceship?
I mean,
is it feasible that this fucker was right? I don't know. But he was like, I think this guy was like out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
He was just trying not to go to prison, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was just out there.
He was
wanted everywhere.
Yeah, he was. And then we went to the other room, and then they made me hold on to these two metal rods.
Yeah, I heard about those.
Yeah, and you're sitting on this kind of like scale, and it tells you, think about something that makes you happy. And at that time, I was like, all right, man, I'm going to think about smoking weed. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, this shit makes me happy. I had just barely started smoking weed like that, too. So I was like, hell yeah. I fucking thought about it. That shit said, eh. I was like, this shit didn't make me happy. And then I was like, all right, let me think about, like, smashing a hot chick or something like that. That makes me happy. And that shit said, nope. Once it said two things that I know for sure make me happy, and then it said it didn't make me happy, I called bullshit and I left.
Yeah, no, it's so trippy. So that's out there, and then I took I had some Reiki treatments. I went.
That's
on a
the little
Reiki
sand
retreat.
shit, right?
What's that?
The Reiki? Is it the sand shit?
No, it's like that energy healing.
Well, in the paper, like, I think, how do you explain that to me? What's Reiki?
Bro, they do this. It's almost the Reiki treatment that I had. Not the Reiki treatment that I had. I believe was what Reiki is. And this lady did these.
Asian lady?
No, white girl, and she put white lady, and she put these stones on me. In different places on my chakras or something.
Like the type of stones
there was
that like
this. What's that?
Like crystals and gems?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there was like this sound bath type of thing going on.
Oh, damn.
And then like she was traveling with my ancestors, healing my DNA. and then she was just like basically like a lot of it was sound, and then it was almost like a guided meditation type of thing. But and then you're like you've got this blindfold on, and you're not supposed to close your eyes. You're supposed to keep them open and staring into the darkness, which is fucking pretty intense. And then
Really?
I think she put the essence of flowers under my tongue. And I'm telling you, when this thing was done, it was a combination of the sound bath and the noises and the fucking bowls. There was a lot of shit going on. And this lady was doing Reiki treatment, which is the healing with energy type of a thing, right? Energy healing. I think that's what it is. And I should know because I'm a certified Reiki master, but I
Like
learned
legit?
more about I learned more about reptilians that weekend than I did about anything else.
Damn, you dabbled in quite a bit.
Oh yeah, so I have. So then when somebody mentions to me something like Santeria, I'm like, wow, I've never really I don't really know what that is all about at all.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lady offered to give me some sage. And then I saw her page, and I'm like, well, what is this? And then it said something about, they have this cleansing waters,
Yeah.
and then they do. I went to a spiritual mass. I talked about it on Yo Yo Yo.
Yeah, that's where I heard about it, and I was like,
And then
okay.
I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay, this is different, but it's interesting, you know.
Yeah.
It was a combination. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you've been to a misa espiritual.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's the same thing. I don't
mean,
really know
yeah,
what it is.
I've been to a couple of things, you know, in the religion, and you know, I've done certain trabajos done, which is like rituals that you partake in, and you know, it's specifically to you, you know, because everything in that religion is a sign. It's almost like, you know how astrology you have certain signs for you,
Right.
whatever is like recommended for you is only going to be recommended for you. You know what I mean? Like if I gotta get a limpia and it's a certain kind of limpia, it's gonna be a sign just to me and my sign. So like what my limpia might be different different than the limpia you gotta do. Because
Gotcha.
different levels of urgency, you know, and it's a bit fucking it's a lot of people think it's all like dark shit, but it's really just like it's a lot of healing, man. Like to me, like that's really I seen that shit work, man. Like from after like, cause I've dabbled with different things. Like I didn't get that involved with stuff, but like
Right.
I always approached everything with a respectable point of view. You know, like I'm not gonna go into like an Indian temple and be like, oh, there's 3,000 gods. You know what I mean? Ha ha ha.
Yeah, that's you know
what I mean? Like,
but that's a thing that there's like thousands, right?
yeah, but it's like, you know, it's who am I? You know what I mean? So like I never looked at it, and I never saw it. I was like, I'm gonna try this out. But then there's certain things that did, and I mean, you do know that. I mean, you've experienced some of it, and when I got read, I was like, oh shit. I was like, that's when shit got real for me. You know what I mean? That's when shit got real for me. I was like, how do you know this? You're like, I never met you in my life.
You know, like Christianity,
Yeah.
you look, you dabble, you look, and you realize, okay, I don't want to do this. I think to commit to any one religion and the philosophy of that religion, I think is
Yeah.
really hard for me at this point.
Yeah,
At this point of my life, you know
I don't
what
think
I mean?
I don't think you should. I don't think it's really about commitment. It's about practicing what works for you and what kind of keeps you balanced. Because isn't that really what like?
I think balance is key. That's a good way to define something positive.
Yeah,
Because
'cause
if you
everybody
if
kinda-
something gives you balance, then that's fantastic.
Everybody kind of goes at it like where they're kind of searching for like bliss in a sense, or like they want something out of like you know, like Christians go for salvation. You know what I mean? Like there's what is it? Buddhists they search for nirvana. You know what I mean? So there's always an ultimate goal. You know what I mean? So it's, and to me, like a lot of those what I read, this is what I concluded, I guess, in my mind, is that all these goals kind of give you a sense of balance in your life. You know what I mean? Because it's very important. Like,
Do you feel like you've tapped into your ancestors?
like my personal ancestors,
Yes.
yeah. Like not too specific, but enough to know that these are my ancestors looking out for me. You know what I mean? Like in regards to me, like I do.
You were able to connect with your ancestors. Would you say that's a possibility?
I could. I've never really seeked it like that, you know,
Because I mean, no, I'm thinking like the ancient, like Native American tribes. They were always talking about the ancestors. You know, if you go to Hawaii, the ancestors are very important in a lot of the rituals there, right? And the ancestors are.
I think that if I do a 23andMe or something like that and take that and it comes back like it's like, hey man, you're like fucking 46% African. You know what I mean? Then I'm like, I would be more curious. I go to my Babalawo and be like, hey man, like, what's the deal? Like, now I understand how I ended up here. You know what I mean? And I probably am gonna do that at some point. You know, you've done it. I mean, that opened up. That's kind of how you ended up there, right? Like after doing a 23andMe, and then like, cause you said who took you there, or who introduced you to somebody or you recently discovered a different family member.
My sister. I found a sister on Ancestry.com, I think.
Ancestry is the one that connects you with people, or it tells you what percentage of DNA you're made of. Like, did it break down? Like, hey, you're
yes, it's that one, the one that fucking breaks down what you are.
What did you end up, you know, if you don't mind like talking about it, what did you end up being?
Spaniard and Native American.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, those are which is Mexican.
The majority, yeah. It sounds way different when you break it down. You're like Spaniard or Native American.
Yeah, that's what I am. That's what a lot of us are.
I mean, but some people come back with some crazy shit, man. Like I feel like I'd come back with some Egyptian shit. I mean, you'd be like, hey man, that goatee.
Yeah, no, there's I mean, you have like a little bits in this and this, but I mean the majority of what comprises us, I think like we had Yaquis in my mother's side.
Oh shit.
So there's no way in fuck that didn't happen. And then,
so does that thing connect you to like the rest of your family? Like
dude, you can it'll fucking connect you to motherfuckers you never know existed.
Really?
Yeah.
So you saw a great Martin somewhere or what?
No. But there was like, dude, like we all right. This stuff is so deep that it goes back to. I'm talking about. We went back to my. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be blasting it, but fuck it. It's on the goddamn tree. To our grandfather. And then we found like there was like a lot of shit after, but then there was like a big discrepancy right there with the last name, and we always thought it was fucking a one last name, our whole life. Yeah. And all of a sudden my sister finds this other last name, and we're like, hey, what the fuck? So what's this fucking last name? And nobody, like, if anybody knew, they weren't saying nothing, but that last name is what that different last name, and it's like, this is some crazy shit to find out. Yeah. Like, that all these people live their whole life not knowing that.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that could either be a hit or miss with it being a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. I mean, it also matches you and says there's a X% chance that this person is your first cousin. There's an X% chance that this person is your half brother.
Fuck.
There's a fucking this % chance that this person is your full brother. Like, they'll send you that and they'll say, hey, yo.
Imagine the people that get it, that this is a good percentage.
I think a lot of people do.
This is your dad. And it's like, what do you mean this is my dad?
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
Yeah, no, it's I don't want to put a lot of it on blast, like, but like because it's kind of like pretty like fucking, heavy shit.
How's that relationship been with like your sister?
Dude, we kept in touch. We've kept in touch, but yeah, we she reached out to my sister and we ended up just talking, and I realized, dude, I have an older sister. Like, I have an older sister out there, and,
yeah.
And
she's cool.
She's cool people, bro. Like,
she smokes. You don't have to answer that.
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, she might. You know.
You have any what is it? Sobrinos or sobrinas? Yeah.
I do. I got a couple of nephews.
Yeah. They meet you yet?
I haven't met them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel nervous about that?
Well, we just met like recently with me, her, and my other sisters.
Oh damn! So
So we all which was pretty like
Was it a louder show? Everybody cried and shit.
It was a really like a catching up time. Like,
Okay, so it wasn't one of those like I fucking can't believe this. You
no,
know, okay.
no. It was actually really like, because we had been talking on the phone.
Oh, you fucking built up to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. For me, I think I built up to it, and then my sisters also, you know.
You had processed it already in your head before you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
We had already like had conversations that were like yo, like hey. So
Does she call you like a sister now? Like now that it's
we communicate. We do communicate. I mean, I don't know that. Yeah, I think dude. I think we have brother sister. You know, like Hooter said something because. No, I think I was telling Hooter. No, he hasn't met her. He hasn't met his new tia. But I was telling him, I go, we talk and we get to know each other, right?
Yeah.
And it's, when she looks at it, I mean, my sisters that grew up with me are like, oh man, like, like their perception of me versus like her. She didn't grow up with me, no matter how much I thought, oh man, I was a crazy fuck or whatever, like da da da. It's kind of like, and she's like, she wasn't there for it all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she's
it's not
jumping
like,
into like a.
It's like a different dynamic. Like, we're getting to know each other as who we are now, not whatever, like, who I was at fucking 18, 19, 20. Like, if I would have met her when I was 18, 19, who knows what that would have turned into? You know what I mean?
Because you're a whole different person.
Yeah.
Everybody is. Like. I know.
Yeah.
I'm 30 now. I'm a whole compared to what I was thinking at 18. It's a whole different mentality.
And I'll tell you what. Like at first, I was like, man, what could have been if I would have known this lady, like forever? Like how would my things would have been? And then it's like, and I sit there and I think about things that I might have just. I don't know. Not to get too fucking crazy, but I had to come to terms with like, fuck what could have been. Like, we still have time. Like, we know each other now. There's still time to get to know her a little bit, a little bit. It doesn't mean, that it sucks that time was taken away, if you will. But, like, dude.
But I mean, things happen for a reason at the end of the day.
Things do, I think, yeah.
So it's like she's entering your life at this point, because it was written, bro, in a way,
Yeah.
So that's a trip, man. That kind of makes me a little bit nervous to follow through with the 23andMe.
I hear stories all the time, bro. There's people that meet, like, that they realize, hey, man, you've got a parent or you've got a sister.
I'm your papi.
Yeah, homie. I mean,
I'd fucking trip out, man. Like if I.
And I don't know if you could turn that on or off. Like, oh, I don't want to be notified or whatever.
I mean,
I don't know if that's an option.
Once you click the agree, I agree to this shit. You sign your soul away, bro.
Yeah. So like, you're able to go back and get a lot of like, you could build your family tree. So you're able to go back and dig up the records, and a lot of the stuff. What's interesting, like. When you're looking up stuff in the U.S., a lot of it are documented in the hospitals and things like that. But in Mexico, everything's documented in the church.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, the church documented like the baptisms, the birth certificates, all of that.
Wow, and the church has their shit hidden for sure.
Who knows? But they're the ones where you got to dig for the information, and a lot of it is handwritten.
Damn, can you imagine?
Well, when you go deep enough, like if you go deep enough, which isn't that deep, but
because they didn't start documenting shit till like I don't imagine not that long ago.
I mean, well, they were documenting the whole time, but like I said, it was all written and shit like that, and you can go back pretty fucking far. You get like the census from like back in the day in some of these towns.
Like what year would you say? How back? Like 1920s?
Fuck, even before that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, now see. I'd fuck around and find out. Be like, hey, man, you're related to such and such. Like, damn.
Yeah, no, it's fucking nuts. Like my sister went on there, and that's how. And then my other sister went on there, and then that's how that shit happened. It's fucking they would have never found them. If we would have lived another 100 years ago.
Yeah.
This never happens.
That's very true.
This never happens. Like you.
It would have been skipped. It would have
Never happened.
That's a crazy ride you're on right now, man. I mean, but it's at the end of the day, man. I think it's dope that you're able to connect with a family like that, even if you do feel you kind of got skipped out at certain.
And that helped me. I think I think every religion has its purpose, right? And I think that I don't pretend to know nothing about Santeria. Like I said, I went to one spiritual. So, but what I do see is that it helped me bridge in my relationship with like people put up altars during the Day of the Dead and they honor their dead.
I have an altar in my house.
And a lot of people do, and they they make offerings to their to the spirits. Which I think it's kind of healing in a way.
Yeah, I mean it makes you feel like I said, but like to me it makes me feel balanced.
You know what it made me do? It made me want to put out a glass of water for my dad. Just a symbolic. Yeah. It's very symbolic. It's
something
very
so
symbolic.
Simple like that is really like it doesn't.
But it's meaningful.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're like going in heavy, with it. However, man, Martin, you fucking been on here, man, and you're no stranger. And I mean, you feel high?
I feel good. I feel really good.
Take that one for the road, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, I'll roll some more. I got a little gift bag for you too for coming by.
No, well, you're always very generous, brother.
Hey, man, I try, man. You've always been very embracing, from even before I started, dabbling with the comedy.
I don't give a fuck about the comedy. You're a cool guy.
And it's, but you've always been welcoming, man. It's like I'm thankful to have you as a friend, and thankful for you for stopping by as a guest, and. Because I'm having conversations with you, bro. You know what I mean? No, we're chopping it up, and this is what we would be talking about off the mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it was on air or not, but I can't even say, hey, man, you got any shows coming up?
I'm going to go on a world tour, bro. Look for Martin and Hooter coming soon.
We Not So Fast coming up?
We're going on a world tour, bro. You watch.
We Not So tour?
Martin and Hooter world tours coming.
And what happened to the wine, the fucking...
The wine tasting tour is still on COVID hold, bro. Bro, goddamn, E-Zone. Just to close it out, I got to tell you, when we started 2020... I think everybody started it. This is my fucking year. I think a lot of people had that in their head,
Yep.
I don't care and every year you start off, but this was special. We're kicking off the fucking new decade.
Yeah.
I'm starting my fucking decade al chingon. And motherfucker, bro.
I mean, shit, I feel you on that. I started chingon too, man. I had gigs that I had to cancel that were paid. I was like, damn. It just...
Everything disappeared. We're in a new world for a while, and I think, I think it's good. We're learning how to cook. We're learning how to be mixologists.
Shit, mixologists.
We're fucking out there. I'm on the sand. You're on the trails.
Opening our third eyes.
Hey, let me tell you something, bro. You gotta keep it moving, and you gotta put on. Joey Diaz always said you gotta have your vision board, man. You gotta have your vision board. You put that shit on paper, and you make that shit happen. And you put it on paper so much that before you know it, it just becomes you manifest it somehow, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely if you put it out there, or if like you vision it, at any way or form, you're putting it out there. So like if you really start working towards it, whether little steps or big steps, it's gonna manifest itself.
So yeah, like I said, I'm on a. This is you start reflecting.
Yeah.
What am I doing now? It's like at this point, what am I doing from here to here?
Growing.
You just gotta evolve. You keep fucking evolving. You keep on fucking moving, and you keep reinventing everything, bro.
You gotta keep growing in a sense, man. Especially during this time, man. Like
it's a reflective period.
Everybody got the reset button hit right now, so you know.
And if you haven't got the reset button hit,
it's
like, I don't know what you're waiting for to know that it's time to reset.
It's time to readjust the shit, man. But people can follow you on Instagram at Martin Moreno or just
Martin Comic all over the place, and then martinmoreno.com.
All right, MartinMoreno.com, and also check out the Yo 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 podcast. That is with Martin and Hooter, and you also have the No Te Asustes podcast with Pinche Peter and
Pinche Peter in Spanish.
yeah,
bro.
Spanish, Pinche Peter and yourself, all Spanish on that one. And make sure you fucking give us a rate and review, on this iTunes episode. And also, thank you to everybody who went on the website and has been buying the new candle releases and all that stuff. Have the newest flavor burning on the table. That's at flavorsbyezone.com or highandhungry.shop. There's also a lot of High and Hungry merch and hats out there being released on the weekly. Selling out. Thank you for you guys. I mean, shit, during the time, I can't even ask you guys to do this. But shit, I'm very appreciative, and I always try to put that love for you guys right back. New episodes coming up as well on the Be Real TV YouTube, and it's High and Hungry TV on Instagram and E-Zone the Firm on Instagram as well. I will see you guys till next week.